Hello everyone. Today we will see the new face of fraud, the tech behind the threat, and how AI and other threats are emerging and affecting your daily life. So let's get started.
All right, we need to talk about something that's getting more serious every single day: AI-powered scams. You might think you're pretty good at spotting fraud, but honestly, the rules have completely changed. This is your new guide to staying safe. Just imagine your phone rings. You pick it up, and you hear that. The voice is trembling, it's full of panic, and it sounds exactly like your kid or your spouse or your parent. Your gut reaction. You help, no questions asked. But what if I told you that voice wasn't real? What if it was a perfect digital clone, an AI-generated copy designed to use your deepest emotions against you? Well, this isn't some movie plot anymore. This is happening right now. So let's get right into it. This is the new face of fraud. We've got to understand what makes these new scams so much more convincing and, frankly, a whole lot scarier than anything we've dealt with before. Here's the bottom line. AI has basically given scammers two unbelievable superpowers. First, personalization, and second, the ability to do it at a massive scale. You see, they're not just sending out clumsy generic emails anymore. Now they can create millions of perfectly tailored attacks, and each one is designed specifically for you. How? Well, they scrape data from your social media, from all those data breaches we're always hearing about, and they use it to build a digital profile of you, all to trick the real you. So you might be asking, how in the world are they pulling this off? Well, it really comes down to a couple of key AI technologies that have gotten scarily good, and they're surprisingly easy for criminals to get their hands on. So let's break down the tech that's powering this threat. We've all gotten pretty good at spotting those classic phishing emails, right? The ones with the bad spelling and the weird, clunky sentences. Yep, those are a thing of the past. AI phishing is a whole different ballgame. It can write flawless emails that look and sound exactly like your bank. It knows the right tone, the right logos, everything. It might even mention a real transaction you just made to make you feel safe. It's incredibly convincing. And then there's the voice. This is the part that is truly unsettling. All a scammer needs is a tiny sample of someone's voice. We're talking a few seconds from an Instagram story, a podcast interview, anything. The AI can take that clip and learn to replicate the voice perfectly, creating a deepfake that's almost impossible to tell from the real thing. It transforms a simple phone call into a devastatingly effective emotional weapon. This chart really shows you the evolution, doesn't it? We've gone from the old way, kind of like scammers throwing out a huge wide net and hoping to catch a few people, to these new laser-focused attacks. Think of it like spear phishing. The old clues we used to look for, like bad grammar or a dear customer greeting, they're basically gone. Now, here's the thing. Scammers aren't just using these tools one at a time. No, they're combining them into these really sophisticated attack plans. So it's time we opened up their playbook and saw exactly what they're doing. So here are some of their go-to moves. You've got fake emails about bank rules, malicious QR codes, and of course, those terrifying deepfake calls we just talked about. The common thread here? They all use urgency and our own trust in technology to rush us into making a mistake. Let's dig into a couple of the cleverest ones. Okay, you have to see this one. It's one of their most brilliant and most deceptive new tricks, the fake CAPTCHA. So you land on a page that looks totally normal, and it asks you to complete one of those "I'm not a robot" checks. But here's the twist. It's a fake. When you type in your password or your one-time code to verify yourself, you're actually just handing it directly to the scammers. It's genius in a very evil way. And what about QR codes? I mean, we use them for everything now, right? Paying at a restaurant, logging into websites. Well, that convenience is now a huge weak spot. Scammers are creating what's called QR phishing attacks. They'll send you a QR code in an email or a message that looks official, but when you scan it, bam, it takes you to a fake website built to steal your info. To really see how this all fits together, let's walk through the anatomy of a modern AI scam. This is based on a bunch of real-world cases, and it shows you how they layer these tactics into one powerful, fast-moving attack. Just look at the timeline here. This whole thing is over in 5 minutes. It starts with that urgent deepfake call from a boss to create panic. 2 minutes later, a perfectly crafted AI email lands in your inbox with a fake invoice. You click the link, and it takes you to a flawless copy of a payment site to steal your login. It's a 1-2-3 punch designed to completely bypass your common sense. Okay, I know that all sounds pretty intense, so now for the most important part of this whole conversation. What can we actually do about it? Well, here's the good news. Even though the scams are super sophisticated, the ways to protect yourself are actually pretty simple. It's all about building the right habits. So let's get into your defense checklist. We have boiled this all down to 7 clear, easy to remember steps. Seriously, think of this list as your personal shield against these kinds of attacks. All right, this is your playbook. First, and this is non-negotiable, if you get a panicked call asking for money, hang up. Just hang up and call the person back on a number you have saved in your phone. Second, stop clicking on links in emails and text messages, especially for banking. Just open your app or type the website address in yourself. And be super suspicious of any security check that asks for your password or OTP. That's a huge red flag. And finally, number 7 might be the most important one. Talk about this stuff. Share what you've learned with your family, your friends, your coworkers. The more of us who know the scammer's playbook, the weaker they become. So I want to leave you with this big question because it's something we're all going to be dealing with more and more. Who's really responsible for protecting us from this? Is it the tech companies that build the AI? Is it the government? Or does it all fall back on us, the individual? The truth is, there's no easy answer. But as this technology gets more powerful, our best defense will always, always be our own awareness and our willingness to do one simple thing: pause. Just pause for a second before you act. That pause could save you. Stay vigilant and stay safe.
Thank you for watching the video.